In the game of loans, you either win or you learn. Welcome to the game of loans, where fortunes are forged and empires are built. Your hosts, lords of lending and wholesaling, are here to guide you through the realm of real estate and wealth building. Brace yourselves, cash flow is coming. In investing, what would you tell people to stay away from because you've gotten hurt yourself? What's a common mistake that people make that you want to educate them to not make? What is the most common mistake you would say? And that you had to learn the hard way from investing yourself?
You know what? When it came to the real estate decisions I've made, I've never had something I regret when it came to the purchase.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Obviously, I was very careful in every buy that I had and nervous. Look, I've been in the business since 2005.
Yeah.
Technically 2017, but I got my license in 2005. And every purchase that I have, I'm nervous. I still have the fear, So, but I'm very careful in what I buy. And like I said, because I'm paranoid and I'm always like, I got to feel comfortable that I can afford it. So I don't regret any purchase I buy because at the end of the day, I still was able to, build equity and make money.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you're smart. So you do the analysis, you ensure that there's going to be positive cash flow and that there is a profit for you.
But I think that one of the things that I recommend is always do your research and always have the right person next to you advising you, because that'll break you or make you.
100%. I agree
and
with you.
if you go with somebody because they're just your friend or because...
Big mistake.
Or because you think they just have their license or they just have... No, you need to make sure that they know what they're doing and they're looking in your best interest, because you could make a terrible mistake. When it comes to real estate, I don't regret none of my deals.
But so that's your recommendation. You've seen people just deal with people that don't know.
Yes.
And that's how they lose.
Yeah, they go into thinking that they're investing and they partner up with someone and they realize that the numbers didn't make sense. Or I've come across people that are building, right? And then they call me and they're like, well, I want to sell this house and this is the price I want to sell it for because I put this amount in it. And I look at it, I was like, you went above and beyond with what you spent.
Yeah.
I said, just because you put this type of material doesn't mean you're going to get the same return. You should have gotten advice from a professional before you started, even from the colors that you chose, right? So those are the mistakes I see a lot. And a lot of people that are contractors or they try to build and they too much money in something, they're not getting advice by the right people before they even come up with their plan. I try to tell people there are certain things that you shouldn't save money on, right? Mm-hmm. You can't be cheap with certain things. Oh, absolutely.
Like if you're going to go out and get an attorney, get the best attorney you can get with the money that you have.
You're right.
Right? Because let's say you're going to just go after the cheapest.
Or if you find some contractors to do some of your work.
But that's also the same thing.
And then you pay for more because you end up having to repair the crappy shit that they do.
Then you have contractors, same thing. CPAs, same thing. Mm-hmm. So it's the team that you put together is going to garner the results that you're going to get, right? Yes. So now if I go out there and I think about things like a fucking sports team, right? Let's say, baseball team, I'm getting B and C players, and then I want to win games. How am I ever going to win games if they all suck?
You're right.
It just doesn't make sense. Or it's like creating a juice or like a milkshake, right? I'm putting bananas, milk in there. Honestly, and then I expect the outcome to be good.
Yeah.
How am I going to expect that? All the ingredients I put into this fucking thing is horrible, but I'm expecting that the end product is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
That'd be out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if you're dealing with winners, right?
Yes.
I have the best attorney. I have the best accountant. I have the best loan officer. I have the best underwriter. And I'm paying for it, right? But if I'm getting winning results, then everything I'm paying for is just fucking gravy.
It's another investment.
Yeah, it's an investment.
And another thing is that a lot of people think that because these people have tons of followers, they know what they're doing. That's not always true.
Well,
yeah. Right?
No.
Yeah. Just because they have 1 million followers doesn't mean that they are the ones that are going to do best by your side. You have to, okay, what are they really like in real life? What is it that they're doing? How good are they in real life? Not just because I look pretty and I have like 1 million followers.
Yeah, of course. But how was the guy I trashed on yesterday? That fucking idiot.
But he has a lot of followers,
Okay. Like millions, doesn't he?
But tell them what he said. Yeah.
So he said, he's talking to investors and he says, explaining to them, if you own 10 homes and each house is producing, $2,500, then you're going to get a cash flow of $25,000 a month. I'm like, well, besides you're one of the very few people I know. Well, how about the fucking expenses?
Yeah.
Like, how about the taxes?
Yeah.
How about maintenance? How about the fucking mortgage payment? How about the property tax? Who's clearing?
Yeah, right.
What's
your expenses?
Besides you, which you're special, right? And old school people that own properties outright. I don't know too many people. Do you know too many people that own 10 investment properties free and clear?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So you have the mortgage payment, you have the taxes, you have maintenance. So the advice, I'm like, this guy's out of his mind. You're not taking $25,000 home, and you're not living off of fucking $25,000. And that's not the number, right? But that's what he's telling people.
Yeah, I have noticed that there's people that say you can make this amount, but you're not including all the deductions, everything that it costs, your mortgage, and what's the final number, right?
What's the final number?
Yeah, that's what you really need to explain.
But what about the occupancy, right? You're not going to get, even in your Airbnb, do you have 100% occupancy?
No, absolutely not. That's like rare to hear.
It's what? You have 65, 70%?
Yeah, 65.
So when people are doing their numbers and they're giving these explanations and idiots are following them as if they're, it's the Bible. And I sit there 3/4 of the time when we're recording debunking idiots. Yeah. That are giving stupid advice to people.
Yeah, there's a female investor out there. I don't recall her name, but she has a very large following on social media. And she did an analysis on one of her posts and broke it down. And it looked great, right? If you're not in the business and actually the numbers were completely off. The math didn't math.
Yeah.
So anyone that's intelligent, you don't even have to be in the business, would, identify that, hey, you have a problem here. But again, she has a huge following, and I'm sure a bunch of people didn't even take the time to use their brain to see that breakdown does not make sense. But it's kind of how the world works right now,
and she's
right?
got millions of followers.
Millions of followers.
Insane. Yeah,
It's
I've seen that. I've seen some, and I always tell when I get people that want advice, I'm like, don't get fooled by this other people because they have this much following. That doesn't mean that's correct.
Yeah.
That's why you do your own due diligence, with yourself, learning the right information from the right source.
100%.
Or these people that are out there giving legal advice.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not even attorneys. Or they're not even attorneys, or they're giving general fucking legal advice on real estate.
Yeah.
I'm like,
or like what you say that the short-term rentals, that they're marketing it, but they're not really breaking down the numbers.
100%.
Yeah.
Right? They don't break down the numbers, or they'll give like general legal advice. And the whole time I'm like, I hope people aren't listening to this shit because they're gonna fuck up their lives.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
It's a gamble, but they're out there and they're doing it. They just. I had another guy. You'll get a kick out of this. The guy was saying to make bi-weekly mortgage payments because you end up making one extra payment that way, right? A year.
Okay.
Right? I said, if you do that, your servicer is going to mark you 30 days late across the board. Okay?
Well, you'd have to actually reach out to your servicer.
Correct.
And let them know to apply it.
Right. And
accurately.
they have to okay that.
Yes, and they have to okay it.
And then I go, well, that's like eating food, going like this and trying to eat. Why am if my fucking goal at the end of the year is to make one extra payment, why am I going to do that?
Yeah.
Risk getting, hit as being 30-day late.
Yep.
Just make an extra fucking payment.
Yeah.
Once a year. and
Right.
you just accomplish your goal.
You know,
And
some
it's
people
less
don't
work.
know how to manage their money that
They don't
way.
know how to-
Yeah.
right.
It's a
And-
psychological
Yeah,
thing.
but they're giving. But this is the type of advice. And the whole time I sit there, I go, they're going to be actual idiots because this guy's got 300,000 followers. They're going to be people out there. I shouldn't call them
going to
idiots. I
listen.
shouldn't. I'm not going to even call them. They're going to be uninformed people that are going to take this idiot's advice
With misinformation.
with misinformation and jack up their
It's a
credit.
scary world out
It's
there.
a scary world.
Yeah.
And it's very dangerous.
It's very,
very
dangerous.
dangerous.
That's why I tell my kids.
well, yeah,
you know,
especially with social media
Yeah,
today.
social media.
I mean, once
Yeah.
you get that following,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can put anything out there,
Yeah.
and they'll believe you.
and they will
That's
believe
why you
you.
should follow me and follow Melissa.
That's right.
Are you on social media?
I am.
And follow Maria for the real fucking advice. Because we're never going to steer you wrong. And we're going to call out motherfuckers that do.
Right?
That's what we're here to
You
do.
have a lot of followers now. Are you careful with the advice that you give? Like,
Always. Always. And how about this? Not on a very rare occasion, if someone makes a point that I agree with them. Right? But sometimes I get assholes too. Like I was describing on the 203K loan, that it goes based off of 97% of the after repair value. The guy goes, "You're wrong." I go, "How am I wrong?" It's 96.5%.
Oh god.
Right? I go, "Really?" Read the fucking comment. Oh, for real? I go, "I'm sorry. You're right. I was half a fucking percent off."
Yes.
It's 96.5% of the after repair value. Right? So then I get assholes like that on a regular basis.
I mean,
and I'll correct myself.
because there's people out there that love it, right? They just feed off that.
Yeah. But
You're
the
gonna
thing is,
have that.
You're gonna have it. But the difference is, like that idiot that was, he had a course and he's trying to teach. But you know what I also get on that? I'll get comments. This guy's ultra successful. How could you talk to him that way? Oh, if it was the fucking president of the United States and I disagree with him, I call him an asshole.
Right.
Who is this fucking guy that I want to call an asshole? I know so
Well,
many
he's the
rich
king of
people.
motherfuckers,
I am.
right? So-
I am the king of motherfucking people. But what makes you think just because someone has money, they're not a fucking idiot?
Right? Some
Or
people
because
get
they have money,
confused.
they're not going to give bad advice. How does
You
that
also don't
fucking
know
work?
where their money came from, right?
I don't know.
Could've-
You're right. He could have been born with money.
Exactly.
I don't know how this guy got
That's
money.
the problem with some people. We're all humans, so we all make mistakes. We all make.
I don't make any
Right.
mistakes.
Oh,
I don't
well.
make any.
Well, I do. Okay.
I'm never fucking wrong. No. I'm wrong sometimes, but at least I admit when I'm wrong. On a very rare occasion that I'm wrong. I do admit. You've been listening to The Game of Loans, where real estate battles are fought and won. Make sure to fortify your defenses by subscribing. Cash flow is coming, and we'll be back next time to help you claim your throne. The war of wealth continues.